video, the Flipped Classroom Toolkit, I gave suggestions for what to have under your belt to create your Flipped Classroom video library. Today, I'm going to show you a very simple intro to Premiere Pro to get your feet off the ground creating those Flipped Classroom videos. Before you get started in Premiere Pro, you need to make sure you have all of your files. Any screen recordings you have done, any camera recordings you have done, any music you want to include, any graphics or PowerPoints you want to have. Make sure you have everything first, and then you're going to open up Premiere Pro. You may also want to create a really cool intro or outro or both video to go in the beginning and or end of all of your Flipped Classroom videos to brand yourself. Premiere Pro is used to put all of these components together to make a really cool professional looking video. It's not to record anything, it's just where you kind of put everything together and make it look pretty. In this video, I'm not going to be explaining why I'm doing some things. I'm just going to walk you through how I create a very simple video. In the videos to come after this one, I'm going to explain why we do certain things and different options you have. But today, we're just going to get started. So make sure you have all of your files together. Feel free to pause this video if you need to, and let's get going. Okay, the first thing we want to do is find Premiere Pro. When it opens, it's going to ask if you want to do a new project, open a project. Since we're doing a new project today, you just click New Project. Okay, then for today, like I said before, I'm not going to explain why. We're just going to leave all of the settings the same, but we are going to change the name. For this name, I'm going to call it Intro to Premiere. Okay, same goes for the sequence. You do want to change the sequence name, and that's it. Click OK. And then here is our layout. Just really quick overview of what everything is. In the upper left-hand corner, this is where you can preview your video and cut your video if you want. On the right side, upper right-hand side, this is a preview of your entire video, whereas the left is just clips. Down here is the timeline, and you can adjust these if you want to, but I'm not going to get into detail about that. You can adjust really anything and make it however big you want. Over here is where you have your effects, and you also have where you're going to be importing your files from. To import a file, like I said, I'm just going to kind of walk you through my process. You might, once you figure Premiere Pro out, you might have a different process, but this is mine. So I just start out by importing some files. So to import quickly, you just double click, okay? You can also import from File and Import, but for me, it's easier to double click. Also, just a suggestion, you might want to, if you're going to be making a lot of Flipped Classroom videos, you probably want to make a folder area for each Flipped Classroom video so you can keep all of your files separate. See, in this one, in my Flipped Classroom Toolkit, I have 3 separate files, but if I go back, I have some more generic files I like to use with most of videos. So as you create your Flipped Classroom videos, I would suggest creating a folder called Flipped Class Videos, maybe under your documents, and then create subfolders for each different video you make. That, like I said before, that's just my suggestion if you're going to be making a lot of videos, because you are going to have a lot of files and they're going to get it all over the place. You're not going to know where to find them. So it's my suggestion. So I'm going to go to Intro to Premiere, which is actually this video I'm making right now. And I named them in order of how I recorded them. So to select more than one file at a time, I'm going to hold down the Shift key, and then I can select all of them, and then click Open, and it will import all of these files. Okay, now to bring them over to my timeline, you have a couple options. You can bring them up here first, or you can bring them over to your timeline. I just edit everything in the timeline, so that's what I'm going to do. So I'm going to start with intro, and I'm going to drag it over here. Okay, when I ask you this, you can uncheck always ask and just click change sequence settings. Okay, so here's my video. So to play my video, I click the space bar. In the last video, the Flipped Classroom Toolkit, I gave suggestions. Okay, but I remember at the end of this, I want to shave some off, I'm pretty sure. Let me see. Classroom videos. Yeah, see how I look down? I don't want that on here. So I'm just going to come over here and drag it over a little bit until I'm not looking down. I'm done talking. It's right there. Pro. To get your feet off the ground reading this Flipped Classroom video. Except that it shut off too fast, so I need to zoom in. So down here at the bottom, if I drag it to the left, I can zoom in. And so here I want to make it a little longer. So I'm done talking. Let's see if that did it. All right, so there you go. So I'm not going to create the whole entire video, but that's how you can trim them. Let's say I want to cut the video, maybe in half. Have two different video clips. Over here is the cut tool. I'm not going to go through all the tools, but the cut tool is pretty important. And you can just cut it here. You can also cut the audio down here. Okay, so that is how you bring your files over here. Now, I did skip a spot. I do want to include an intro video, which I have not imported yet. So I'm going to double click. I'm going to go back here to Flip Class Videos where I have my intro and my outro video. Okay, here's my intro video, but there's no space here, so I need to move these over. Just click and drag. And then I'm going to bring this over. Okay, it's actually too long. That's okay. All I need to do is drop it and then move these over a little bit more. Okay, let me make sure it finished. Okay, so that's good. So make sure these are right at the edge. All right. Now, I also want to import music. So I need to go back, and I can't double click here, so I'm going to go to File, Import. And the one that I'm going to use this time is this one right here. You just double click, bring it over, and then you can drag it over here to the audio section. Okay, now I'm gonna want to decrease the audio volume when I start talking. So this is when we get into transitions and the volume. So to change the volume of audio, I'm going to put this down arrow here. I can zoom in, but I want to be able to see it a little bit better, so I can bring that down. Okay, I need to cut my audio. Remember, I cut here, can cut. Okay, and then this little yellow line is the volume. So when I start talking, I want it to be way lower. Maybe let's try that. Let's see what that sounds like. Okay, that is still a little loud. So we're gonna go here. Now I want it to have a smooth transition. So what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna go up here to Window, and I'm gonna click on Effects. Now, here I have audio transitions and video transitions. So just remember that. I'm going to go to the crossfade, and I want the fade. So I want it to be pretty. So I'm going to drag this over here to my audio, where I want it to fade, and then drop. Let's see how that sounds. Suggestions. So that was a lot better. It's still kind of loud though, so I'm going to bring it down just a little bit. Classroom Toolkit. That's too low. So now what I need to do is just zoom in some more. bring it down. It's a little bit too low, so I need to bring that up just a little bit. Let's try that. That was a lot better. It's still a little bit high. So you just need to play with it until you find what you like. Okay, so now that you know how to open a new project and start a new project, interface walkthrough, you know about that, and you know how to import your files, you know how to cut if you need to. I'm just going to show you really quickly the video transitions and then how to export it, and that'll get you started. So the video transitions over here in the same panel. Remember, we got this through the window and effects, under effects. I like the dissolve to black the best myself, and you just drag it over to where you want the transition and you drop. So let's see what that looks like. Okay, so that is your transition. So when you have imported all of your files, you've edited them the way that you want, to export, we're going to go to File, we're going to go to Export and Media. Okay, and then you're going to leave this all the same and just click Export. Okay, we are not going to get into the different size videos and everything else at this time. You can add whatever you want. Like I said, you might want to add some more videos. I personally am going to add a bunch more videos and then add a outro video on the end. Okay, so the purpose of this video was to give you a very brief intro, which I did, and I tried to talk quickly. So if you felt a little overwhelmed, like, oh my gosh, she's going too fast, one of the points of a flipped classroom video for the students is that they can stop the video, rewind, pause it, watch it again, go practice something, come back, and repeat the cycle. So that's what I need you to do. I know it's a little overwhelming to watch it first, but as you pause it, rewatch it, go back and see what I clicked and what I did, then you should be good to go. I didn't show how to do text or effects that much. I just showed the transitions, but honestly, to create a video, you just need to know how to make it smooth and how to import and make everything kind of flow nicely together. So next time, I'm going to go into detail about all the different aspects of Premiere Pro. So if you're wanting to get a lot better than just what you saw in this video, then stick around because those videos are coming. Also, I broke one of my own rules, and this video is going to be longer than 8 minutes. However, you're a teacher. Part of getting something started is getting a lot of information at first and then breaking things up as you go after that. So the videos after that are going to be 1 to 3 minutes long, because I'm only going to be showing one thing in Premiere Pro at a time. Thanks for watching. I'm Stacy with myefootprint.org. Please feel free to ask questions about this video, or like the video, or send it to some of your teacher friends who are also getting started with flipped classroom videos.